So we're going to do one more S&P wave count here. So I'm going to take this picture, very recent picture, and we're going to run EWAVES on it and show you the latest labeling that we have. Okay, so this is April 23rd, 2025. So this is just what, 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, right here. And you can see it put in a wave 4. And the reason that it put a wave 4 in there is because this is the all-time high so far. We have 3 waves down, A, B, and C. Now, the reason I'm showing it to you on April 23rd, when the market has already actually moved up somewhat higher and not at the exact low, is because although prior to this point in time, EWAVES had put in the low, me personally, I am not willing to come out and show a chart at that moment in time. And I'm going to tell you why, and why at this point in time I was like, okay, now I feel bullish. That's because if we think about alternative labelings here, imagine this, instead of A, B, C, 3 waves down, this could have been 5 down, right? So think about it this way. It could have been 1, 2, 3, 4. But wait a moment. Remember from our rules earlier, wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. So it was really only at this point, once we had moved up and kind of overlapped this price move here, that I suddenly felt, okay, now I feel very confident that that's definitely a 3-wave move. So the market should be moving higher from here. So, you know, this is something that EWAVES does not do on its own. So that's why it's a tool, okay? It's going to do the wave analysis, but you also have to know a little bit about Elliott waves, I think, to be able to use it effectively and make those decisions. In fact, to paraphrase Paul Tudor Jones, I think he has a quote where he said something along the lines of, "No man is greater than a machine, and no machine is greater than a man with a machine." And I absolutely believe that. And Richard has said a lot about this earlier as well, that we need the human element with our technology. You know, the technology alone is great, but there's certain things we can do up here that are very, very difficult for a computer to do. So EWAVES is just focused on doing the analysis, and that's it. That's enough. As far as anything decision-making on top of that, that's left up to the human element. Okay, here's the after picture up to June 5th. So I guess, what was this, a week and a half ago? I think we've moved a little bit higher since then. Sometimes you can get truncated 5th waves, but we'd really like to see a slight new high in the S&P. There are alternative counts here that I could discuss, but you can get with me later if you want to hear about that, because that could go on for a while talking about that.